Hi, I'm Steve Garrett. I'd like to talk to you about a speech that we should be giving at RILA. I do believe that the speeches we give at RILA should be interesting, entertainment, but really should be centered on a central topic, and the topic is leadership skills. In another video, I suggested we have somebody give a speech about listening. Young people are not the greatest listeners in the world, so it wouldn't hurt them to learn something about it. Or maybe they are, just why young people are not the greatest listeners in the world. So the problem with listening skills is it's you don't control the conversation while you're listening. And so I think there's another speech that we should be giving, and it's on questioning skills. I use an example in the speech that there's somebody down in the bottom of the ship who's an engineer, and he provides power, much like the person who answers question provides powerful information to somebody who wants to be a leader. But you can spend an awful lot of time listening to an awful lot of babble if you don't control the conversation. Well, how do you control the conversation? Much like the captain who's on the bridge of the ship, he controls both the speed and the direction. So you got one person, the speaker, who's providing the power, the other person, the listener, who has the ability to use questions to provide speed and direction. That's what an awful lot of questioning is about. I do believe that it's a skill that we can impart upon young people. And it's even a skill that many of our Rotarians could use themselves. So how do we prepare a member of Rotary? And I think we ought to have a different member every year. Give a speech about asking questions. It's somewhat of a challenge. I will admit that. But how do we do that? Where do they get this script for it? Well, as in other speeches, I'm going to provide you with a PowerPoint. And the PowerPoint is your baseline. It's something that you can add to, you can take away from, you can change, but it gives you a good start. And there's a number of slides, a number of points, all the words are in there, but it's not something that you have to do exactly. And I suspect that, well, I can't say that any Rotarian or any member of Rotary in your district can give this speech, but I will say that many people within your district can give the speech. So I suggest that you indulge me by asking a new member of Rotary every year to give a speech on the subject of being able to control the conversation by asking questions. You know, it's a shame that we are giving the opportunity either for one person, one Rotarian to give a speech every year, year after year. And listen, let me tell you something. I gave a speech at RILA for over 20 years, and I loved it. But on the other hand, that's 19 people that I deprived of the opportunity. So I'm a believer now that we should get all new members of Rotary every year to give speeches on the topics of leadership. So I'm Steve Garrett. Thank you for indulging me by listening to what I have to say.